Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a period Q&A and my updated makeup routine for you guys. So I thought it'd be fun to do a makeup routine for you guys because my makeup has changed a lot since the last time I did it. This is the last time I did that video. Yeah, a few years ago to say the least. And obviously my makeup routine has completely changed since then. So I am gonna be doing that for you guys today and I'm really excited. So let's get into the video. So, first of all, this is my lovely little headband. I'm going to do some moisturiser and my lip balm. These are the skincare products I use before my makeup. I'm just going to pull up the questions for this video. So, I'm going to show you what I do and then, obviously, I'll answer some questions. So first of all, I'm going to start out with my Replenishing Rich Moisturiser by Simple and my Vitamin E Skincare Lip Balm by Superdrug. It's amazing, this as well. Both of them are vegan. All of the beauty products I'm going to be using in this video are completely and 100% vegan. So, yeah, but let's get into it. So, when did you start your period? Oh God, come out a bit. I started when I was, how old was I when I started? I think I was 13, coming to my 14th year. And that's exactly how old I was. I was 13. Because I started in July or August, and obviously my birthday's in November, so I was probably around 13 and a half at the time when I started my period. And yeah, it was just a normal thing. I told Mum straight away because I needed help. If you didn't know this, I have stunted growth, so literally I am very small for my age, so I obviously can't use like normal products to help my period. So the teenager sized pads and stuff that they gave me at school, I could not fit into them. So obviously I couldn't use them. My mum had to use them a lot, and we had to really do a scavenger hunt to see which one would be best for me to use. We finally found it, and I've been using it ever since, and it's been easy to use. I use the ones with the wings, and I use nighttime pads all the time just because I'm extremely heavy, like all the time. I'm like so heavy, it's ridiculous. So I always use nighttime pads. Right, I'm going to do my foundation now. So this is how I do my foundation. This is the one I use. I use number 7 Intelligent Colour Foundation. It's got SPF 6 in it. And obviously with this. Right, put a dollop on the thing, on the plate, and then I just go into it. I find it easier putting it on like one of these little plates than putting it on the back of my hand, so that's what I do. And then I just put like dots around. I've used this technique for years, so if you watched my other makeup routine, then it's probably got the exact same method in it. So, embarrassing period story, that was the next question. So, the one that comes to my mind is when I was at school. It's always at school when, like, the embarrassing stuff comes out. It's, you know, just normal for it to happen at school. But anyway, I was at school. It was first period, so it was the first lesson of the day. And I was in art class, and it's weird because for the art class was here in a separate building to the main building, which was over here, which was where the disabled toilet was. They only had one disabled toilet, so it wasn't like I could go to a different one. It was the same disabled toilet. Anyway, so I immediately knew I started, and that's because I had like warm sensation, and I was like, yeah, I know exactly that I've started now. I need to get out like immediately, because as I've previously said, I am extremely heavy when I first come on my period. Like, I'm extremely heavy. So I knew that I just needed to get out of that class and go to the toilet. So that's what I did. I literally went on speed 5, speeding on to the school, to go and sort myself out, I guess. So I started myself out in the toilet, and something to note about this toilet is the light is like a one that you know, it automatically comes on when you move in that toilet. It immediately comes on, but as soon as you stop moving, it turns off, and it's really, yeah, it picks its moments. 100%. So it's completely off by this point, and I've sorted myself out in the dark, and yeah, that's all right. It wasn't until I turned the light back on, I noticed something in my power chair. I noticed that I had bled through my power chair, which was the worst thing in the world, because, like, I have to sit there in that all day. So I obviously called my mum. Obviously I'd bled through my trousers, so I needed spare trousers, spare knickers, spare trousers, and spare, like, towel or something to sit on. So I said, bring a towel for me to sit on in my power chair. The only towel we had was this mint green tea towel, and yeah, that's the one Mum bought, because at this point we didn't have a black one. We've now got a black one in my power chair at all times, just in case I need it again. But yeah, it was the most embarrassing thing ever, because I had to sit on that all day. Obviously it was noticeable because it was a mint green tea towel, you know, on a black chair. It's quite obvious, you know. It's not obvious why it's there. I genuinely think that, like, the year 7s and year 8s and stuff probably thought I'd weed myself. Can confirm that is not what happened. But yeah, that was, like, really embarrassing. I really did not like that. So I'm going to put on my IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer by Revolution in the shade C1. I'm going to put that in the places I normally do. So I'll put it here, because, you know, under eyes. Here to prime my eyelids. That's what I do all the time. I also put a cross on my chin, because I think that's, like, I don't know why I do that, it's just easy to do. And then I do put some, like, above my eyebrow. Again, no idea why I do it, but, you know, it's just what works for me, I guess. And now I'm going to blend that in with my foundation brush. So, the next question is all about cramps. How do I feel when I have cramps, and are they bad? Do I have cramps? A lot of people are nervous for the first period because of cramps. First of all, don't be nervous about your first period, because it's going to happen eventually anyway. Like, whether you're 13 like me or 17, you know, or even earlier than that, it's gonna happen. So don't be nervous about it. But my cramps were horrendous for like a few years actually. Like, I've now stopped having like horrendously bad cramps. It's kind of better to deal with now. I haven't had my period for I haven't had my period yet since last year, so I can't remember. Like, I don't know if it's going to be bad this time. Probably is. Sorry, I just need to clean it up. Yeah, they're probably going to be horrendously bad this time, which is, you know, not the nicest experience. But they did used to be really bad, to the point where one time I was at my Auntie Shirley's, which was, I think, like 2 or 3 hours away from my house, and obviously we had like pads with us and sanitary towels and everything. We had everything with us just in case. But my cramps was that horrendous that I stayed in bed for the whole day because I could not move, and then I wasn't eating properly because they were that bad. I didn't want to eat. And yeah, they weren't a nice experience, but they did used to be that bad. But then I had, what did I do? Oh yeah, and then I had my operation for my knees. No, it would have been earlier than that. Maybe either my tracheal resection in 21. That's probably when I stopped, because of the anaesthetic stopped them for a bit. I will say, if you come on your period whilst you've got anaesthetic in you, your cramps will be going for it, because that is how extreme it is. It's like so bad. I can't even say how bad it is. Like, yeah, just take my word for it, it's bad. So now I'm going to use my liquid highlighter in the shade Prosecco. This is also by number 7. So I do a long line, and that is because of the brush I use. So this is the brush I use for my liquid highlighter. Just dip it in and then go for it. So I'll put it on my cheek like that. Obviously, it doesn't stay in one line because that wouldn't be the best thing to show. But, you know. And then I put a little bit on the tip of my nose because I think that was cool. A little bit on my cupid's bow. And then a little bit underneath as well. So there we go. So the next question is best sanitary products to use for beginners and long term in your menstrual cycle. So for beginners and long term as well, because I still use them, 100% period pants, because these are going to save your life. You will have a feeling when you, like in a few months before your first period, you're going to have a feeling that you're going to come on your period. Like, that's what it was like for me. And, you know, I would suggest getting some period pants and sticking them on for those days where you're thinking, will I come on my period soon or not? Like, wear them as your normal knickers, and then if you do come on, you're protected anyway. So that would be the first thing to do. Also, don't use tampons straight away, because I know a lot of people would probably want to start with tampons yet. Just don't. I don't think it would be a very good idea. And then another thing you should do is definitely use what's it called? A pad. Just use pads all the time, or even like panty liners, like before you come on your period. If you don't want to use period pants, like they're going to be your best friends in your menstrual cycle anyway, for like discharge and all that. So that's what I'd say to use. Good old fashioned panty liners. They work amazing, and they're so good as well. Like I really like them. So yeah, that's the thing I would say to use. I've just used my Lip and Cheek mini stick by Arbonne in the shade Poinsettia, if you want to know what I'm using. But yeah, just use what you think you should use. What to do if I come on my period in school. So, first of all, if it's your first period, don't panic about it. Just literally what I do if I came on my period in school and I had no pads or anything with me. I would stuff my knickers with toilet tissue. I'd use the toilet tissue trick, where if you're looking down at your knickers, you kind of wrap it around the middle bit of your knickers, and then I'd run to go and get like a teacher or something, like obviously female, that could help you out with it. So that is my first go-to thing if you didn't have anything with you. If you did have anything with you, don't panic, just put it on and go about your day as normal. But yeah, that's my advice. I'm going to try something new today, and I'm going to go on Pinterest to figure out how to do it, because I've never used powder before, and I really want to start using powder because I think it's like, so you do it under the eyes, here, here, oh god, okay, let's do this. So I've got a bit in here already, and I'm going to get this because I think this is what you use anyway. Powder, is it? I don't know, I've never used powder, so you'll have to let me know. So you can spot a newbie a mile away with this. And then I'm going to do under the chin, oh god, so here. And then you do it here. Is it like, why would you do it there though? I'm a bit confused. Okay, so first of all, it's a different colour to what I thought it would be. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this brush because it looks a bit like a powder brush to me. And I'm just going to blend it in all nicely. So I don't know what it's supposed to do because I don't know if it's done what it's supposed to do. But, you know, let me know in the comments if you think it looks alright on me. You know, I don't know what you do with that. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, so I've done powder, I've done all my base, now it's brows, so I'm going to speak you through this first. So this is my Maybelline Express Brow Precise Shaping Pencil in the shade Medium Brown, 04 Medium Brown. And this is a new pencil, never used it before, but I did try it on an Instagram reel, and I think it looks alright, so we're going to go in with this. And then some clear brow gel by I Heart Revolution in Tasty Avocado, and it's got avocado oil in it, which I think is really cool. So yeah, so let's do my brows and answer some questions. Experience and opinions on tampons. So first of all, I have no experience with tampons whatsoever, because I am so short. Obviously everything else is smaller, so I would not be able to, and it would not be comfortable for me to wear them because it's so small, and you wouldn't find like a child size one for periods, would you? You just wouldn't be able to. So that's what I'd say. I've never used it and probably never will be able to use them. But I know of friends that have used them and still continue to use them. So, you know, it's like, you know, I don't really... I understand how they work because I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the reels of girls showing their boyfriends what happens to a tampon, and genuinely that has scared me, so that is another reason why I will not be using them. But again, if it's something you want to do, you go ahead and do it, because nobody can tell you otherwise, because it's your body. You've got to be comfortable with whatever you're doing with it. I'm just going to do my eyes. I'm going to show you what I do with my eyes first, and then I'm going to just do it. So I first go in with this shade here with a brush that looks a bit like this, and you'll see how I apply it. Then I'm going to use this shade, this first shade, with a brush like this all over my lid, and then I've got this loose pigment which is gold, which I absolutely love this, and I'm going to go in with this kind of brush all over the lid as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So the next question whilst I work on my eyeshadow is, I haven't started my period and I'm 16 years old. Is this normal? So first of all, it's completely normal. I know of some people that have not started their periods yet, and they're my age, so 17 to 18. So it's completely fine. Oh my god. So I've made a mess of it. Just don't use this as a tutorial, basically. Yeah, I know of people that are 17 to 18 who have not started their period yet. So yes, it's completely normal. There won't be anything too wrong, I don't think. If you want to go to a doctor about it, go and speak to a doctor. Just be aware that if you go with your parents, it might be a bit of an awkward conversation to be having with them. I'm just going to go with some concealer in this eye, because I think a bit of it's a bit thing. Yeah, it might be a bit of an awkward thing to be doing with your parents if you don't have an amazing relationship with them, because the first question your doctor, GP, whoever is going to ask you is there any chance you could be pregnant? And you'd have to answer that honestly. So yeah, just be aware of that. But you'll be fine. If you haven't started your periods at 16, you will be fine, I promise you, because that, to me, is completely normal. So don't worry too much about it. Go to the doctor if you want to, but I wouldn't worry too much until you get to around maybe 18 to 19 maybe, and then start worrying about it. But it's completely normal, I think. So, how to tell my mum that I've started my period? So, obviously, if you're asking this, you are scared of telling your mum that you started your period. First of all, don't be nervous about telling your mum that you've started, because, and I say this honestly, she's had to deal with that too, so she knows exactly how to deal with it. And you know, it might be a bit of a shock to her, especially if like you're like in the younger years, but if you're like 13 going on 14 or something, then she'll be aware that it's going to happen at some point, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. But obviously, do you, I guess, that's what I'd say, do you, because that's what you should do. Just, I would say to tell your mum, because she will rather you tell her than not. So yeah, tell your mum. That's the best thing to do, I think. I came on my period in my boyfriend's bed. He freaked out. Is there anything I can do to make him feel better? First of all, if he is freaking out about your period, I'm sorry to say this, I am quite blunt sometimes, but he is not the one for you. Because if he is freaking out about periods, how is he going to feel when you're either giving birth or you're going through like really serious hard times? Like, if someone's freaked out about that with me, I'd be thinking to myself, how is he going to deal with the fact when I have an operation? Like, is he going to be like really freaking out over that because I can't have that? I would be thinking these things. But that's just because I always have operations, you know. But you've got to think to yourself, if he's freaking out over that, how is he gonna feel when you're doing other things? You know, like giving birth, or obviously sometimes you can't. So how's he gonna feel about you not being able to? You know, there'll be like so many things. I'm going to just do my mascara now. This is the Makeup Obsession Mood Volumizing Mascara from Revolution. But yeah, you've just kind of got to think to yourself, is he the one if he's freaking out about the fact that I've come on my period in his bed? Like, you know. So you've just got to kind of consider things. Anyway, so the next question is very close to home, and I'll explain why in a minute. What to do if I'm late on my period, but I'm only 14. So I'm going to do my lipstick whilst I'm doing this. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit. And this is Until Further Notice. This is the shade, Until Further Notice. So I'm going to go in with this first. I'll fill it in a little bit with this, obviously not a whole way. So, and then I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to use a clear, well, it's like a sparkly gloss. So, yeah. What to do if I'm late on my period, but I'm only 14. So, first of all, if you're late, look at your diet. That's the first thing to do, because, and I'm telling you everything here, I am late. I am extremely late, and it's because of my diet, and that is obviously hard to hear, you know. If you're not getting enough calories in, that can be something that's making you late. I'm not good with calories at the moment. I'm not eating as much as I should be. But you've got to kind of think to yourself, is it my diet, or is it like underlying health conditions, or is it A, B, C? You know, you've got to kind of think to yourself the options. I would go to the doctor, especially if you've missed a period completely. Go to a doctor, because that'd be the best bet. But yeah, don't worry about it, you being late on your period, because it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to go in with this sparkly lip gloss. This is from the Tiana collection in Revolution Beauty. So yeah, but if you're late, don't panic about it, because there will be a reason that you're late. There will 100% be a reason as to why you're late, So yeah, don't worry if you are late on your period, because there's going to be a reason. There's always a reason as to why you would be late on your period. There is always a reason. So don't panic too much about it, because you're going to find out the reason at some point. So yeah. Anyway, I think I am done with this makeup routine now, which I'm quite happy about. Yeah, it doesn't take me too long, I wouldn't say, to do my makeup, which I think I'm quite happy about, because I know a lot of people, it will take them ages to do their makeup, and for me, that is not the case. Yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this little video, because it's been really fun filming it. If you want a part 2 to my period advice, then make sure to let me know in the comments, because I do want to do another one. So if there's any questions you think I've missed, I will do a part 2, so let me know any questions which you think would be useful to know the answer to. Let me know in the comments, because it'll be fun to be able to answer all of your questions. This isn't part of my makeup routine, obviously, but I'm just going to give my hair a quick brush through. I've dyed it recently, on the ends. If you can see, I've dyed it to a bit of red at the end, which is really fun. I like having a bit of red to my hair. I did this a few years ago and I fell in love with it, literally fell in love with it. So, and then I'm going to finish off with my So body mist in Ibiza Dreams. So I'm going to finish with this. I do 3 sprays of it because it just smells that incredible that I just have to. But this is one of the minis as well, which I love. I found that in Superdrug. If anyone wants to know, Superdrug do amazing minis. Their mini collection is incredible. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do want me to answer any more questions, then let me know your questions, and if you want a part 2, down in the comments in the comment section down below. But I hope you've enjoyed and found this informative, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.